What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena, and if you are new here, hi, hello, how are you? Anyways, so actually, I filmed this video yesterday. Basically, my battery was running low. So I'm like going through and deleting some old videos that I've already filmed and like put up and don't need anymore. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, why haven't I seen the video that I've done? And I deleted the whole thing. I can't believe I did that. I just wasn't thinking. I don't know what happened. So I'm back today to film it again for you. This is just my date night look. It's what I wore last night, the same hair and all that jazz. It was my Valentine's Day look. We're kind of going for a bombshell, smoky, sexy kind of eye look. I hope we achieved that here today. It's really easy. This eye look suits all eye shapes, all eye colors, any kind of skill level that you have. As long as you have 4 to 5 eyeshadows that range from light to dark, you can do this look. And I hope you enjoy it. Let's just get right into it. So for today's look, I'm gonna be using the Chatty Beauty Volume 1 palette. I missed her. I hope she's okay. But I'm going to be just setting the lids with the Aura shade in matte. Just gonna take a fluffy brush and set all over. The brush I'm gonna be using is the Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f. And I'm just gonna press it on. This is just to make sure that all of the shadows blend seamlessly over top of our base. I'm gonna use a fluffy crease brush and I'm gonna go in with the shade Soothe in the matte here. And I'm gonna take this fluffy brush and tap the excess off and then start in the outer corner of the crease and sweep it in with windshield wiper motions and circular motions. I like to have a mirror right below me and looking down into the mirror because then I get a full view of my lid space. If you're looking straight forward, you're gonna miss a lot of lid space versus when you're looking down, you're going to really fully get access to all of your lid space, I guess. I don't know. Just watch. The next thing I'm gonna do is go in with this e.l.f. crease brush. I don't even know, I've had this one forever. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Ritual in matte. And I'm going to first tap the excess off. I'm gonna first start pressing it onto the lid. So just press it onto the lid first. And then once you've deposited all of the color where you would like it, I don't like to bring mine completely into the inner corner because I have smaller eyes, so that if I do that, then it'll make them closed off and really narrow. So I keep a little bit of that inner lid free of color. So once I've placed everything, I'm ever so gently just going to scratch at this line that we've got going on here, just to kind of start blending it out. And we will also use some more colors to blend it out. So it doesn't have to be totally perfect yet, but I have a very light hand. So if you hold your brush up close, you're gonna have a lot more pressure. If you hold your brush towards the end, you're gonna have a lot less pressure. And we want very light pressure here. So that's why I'm holding my brush at the very end. So now I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M514 brush, and I'm going to take the color Story in matte. It's just a burnt orange color. You don't have to use the same palette. You can just use similar colors. So the first one is like just a nice, easy, neutral transition shade. The next one was a very neutral chocolatey brown, and then this one is gonna have some warmth to it. So now I'm just gonna take this, and right in between that transition color we used and the Ritual, I'm going to place this color to kind of blend the two out. I'm going back in with Ritual, tapping the excess off and packing more onto the lid. We had a really nice time. We went to Black Canyon, which if you're not from Fort Wayne, it's a restaurant that originated from Fort Wayne. I don't believe it's a franchise or anything like that. And it's kind of like a steakhouse. They have a really great lunch menu, but they also have really great entrees. I was supposed to make a reservation at Ruth Chris, but I didn't want to make it in December because I was like, no, that's way too early. I'll make it in January. And then the whole month of January, I just kept forgetting to call. And then when I finally called in February, they were completely sold out of space in there. I'm going to go back in with our transition shade, Soothe, and just make sure that everything is blended out. All right, now I'm gonna go in with this Essence eyebrow brush, and I'm going to take Memory in the matte. This is a very intense black. It is very pigmented. I'm gonna put quite a bit on my brush, tap the excess off. Now what I'm gonna do is at the lash line, I'm going to kind of stamp it and flick up. And I'm not gonna take it all the way into the inner corner. If you have bigger eyes, you can definitely do that, but I have small eyes, so it will close them off and just not be very cute. I'm just gonna use the brush that we used for Ritual, and I'm going to just kind of blend that black out a bit. I'm gonna mix a tiny bit of Memory and Ritual together, tap the excess off, and just go back and forth at this lower lash line. The goal of this is to be darkest at the lashes and to gradually lighten. Let's do the same thing to the other eye. Alrighty, the other eye is done, and now I'm just gonna move to the face and then we'll come back to the eyes. This is the L'Oreal Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 480. It's a really good foundation. It's a natural finish and medium to buildable coverage. It's not too dewy, it's not too matte. It's kind of like that perfect in between. And I'm just going to take a pump first, and I'm going to apply it with an M439 brush. Really work it into that brush. I'm just stippling this on first. This foundation is darker than my face, but my body is darker than my face because I self-tan, and I don't always self-tan my face. So that's why I'm matching my body and not my face. I hope everyone had a fun, safe, and great Valentine's Day. My dad surprised me with a present, and so did my husband. I have the best men in my life ever, seriously. So Aaron and I met in high school. He was 2 grades above me, and we never really talked when we were both in high school, but it wasn't until he graduated and is when we started to reconnect again. So he was working out at our school's gym, and I was going to a basketball game. I'm just gonna take this sponge, by the way, and press the foundation into my skin. I was going to the school basketball game, and he saw me and decided that he was gonna go home and dress up in some dress pants and a button-down shirt and tie and stand next to me at the game and introduce himself. And so he did that, and I was screaming at the game, and I turned around and I see this very tall, gorgeous man next to me who's dressed way too nice for a basketball game. And I was like, "Hi, my name's Selena. Who are you?" So I had recently just gotten out of a pretty toxic relationship, so I wasn't really looking for another relationship to jump in. By the way, I'm just using Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. I wasn't really looking for another relationship to jump into. So we went on one date. We saw a movie and went to Taco Bell and just sat in his car listening to Jason Mraz until 3 in the morning. And it was nice and all, but I knew that this boy was going to be something serious. So I friend zoned him for a good 5 months. Finally, after 5 months, he got out of the friend zone. We started dating, dated for a year and a half, got engaged, had a 6-month engagement, and got married. And I got married when I was 19 years old. I cannot believe my parents let me do that. Yeah, I can't believe my parents let me get married that young. I mean, I probably would have done it even if they told me I couldn't, because I'm kind of one of those people, like when I get something in my mind or like have a thought in my head, I will do it. And so we probably would have gotten married anyways. But it's just kind of one of those things where if you can financially do it, then why not? If you already know that you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. It was definitely, the first 2 years were definitely extremely hard because we were both in school. So I was working part-time for 2 jobs. So basically I was working like full-time while studying, and he was going to school full-time and working full-time. And he ended up at one point, because this was his undergrad, so he was a biology major. At one point, he was working in the hospital from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then would sleep in his car for a little bit before lab at 9 a.m. And that was literally some nights. And I worked 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. as a tech in the Heart Institute. So I did a lot of cardiac the first 2 years we were married. And so it was just really hard. I mean, we did what we could do to like survive. But also like those first 2 years were so fun, and it really teaches you like what's important in life, and like it's not all the materialistic things, it's the people that you surround yourself with. And as long as you have some food and some shelter, which we always did have, then that's all you really need. And of course, some love. So yeah, we will be married for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years this May. We've been together for almost 6 years. It does not feel like that at all. Time literally just flies when you're having so much fun. I'm going to be contouring the face with an LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautifully Bronze. This is a concealer that is such a good concealer. Don't sleep on it. And I'm just going to use this to kind of contour / bronze the face. I'm gonna apply it to my cheekbones. So basically, if you don't really know where to place your contour, I like to go from the top of my ear down to the corner of my lip. That's kind of the general line, but obviously I don't want to bring it in that far because that'll be very harsh. So I always stop it about halfway, and that's kind of where you want to place your contour on your cheeks. And then I'm putting it on my forehead, and I am going to contour my nose. So I'm going to go underneath and on the sides. Like that. Don't worry, it'll look good in the end. I'm going to do my jawline. And I'm going to do my lips. This is a Scott Barnes trick. And it's a good one to get plump lips. You outline your whole lip. Okay, I know this looks crazy. Just trust me. It's gonna all come together, don't worry. All right, now I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Coty Airspun powder in translucent. Just gonna tap some in the cap here. And I'm gonna use my sponge and just press some on my sponge. And then I'm going to press this into the skin. I'm not trying to necessarily bake as much as I'm just trying to set it. If you're super oily, then you can most definitely bake, but I am not. And then with whatever's left over, I'm just applying that to the T-zone area and underneath the contour and the forehead. For the nose, I am taking a pretty generous amount, and I'm going to just place this on the sides of the nose, kind of to do like a reverse contour. I'm going to set my liquid bronzer with some powder bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula bronzer in Sun-Kissed Bronze. Just going to take the Morphe M581 brush here and tap off the excess and just lightly set it. I don't need a ton more product as much as I just want to make sure that it's not moving around all day. I'm just going to brush off the nose powder. For blush, I'm going to go in with Milani Luminoso. It's a really pretty drugstore peachy blush that has a little bit of a golden sheen to it, so it looks really beautiful on the skin, and I think it'll complement the smokiness of the eyes really well. So I'm just gonna take a angled blush brush and pressing it onto the apples and blending it backwards. For my under eye brightening powder, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Light Contour Kit, Light Medium Contour Kit, sorry. This e.l.f. small concealer brush and sand, and I'm going to place it underneath the eyes and really brighten the under eyes. And then to the rest of the face, I'm going to take banana and apply that to my forehead, down the center of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin area to really brighten that. And you can clean up your contour with any of these brightening powders as well. For highlighter, I'm going to be taking the Becca Shimmering Highlighter in Champagne Pop. This is an oldie but a goodie. And I'm just going to apply this to the cheekbones right here and bringing it up and around and above the brow bone to really lift the brows. And then I'm going to add some to the cupid's bow, to the center of the nose, and to the chin. All right, let's move to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna be using a smudging brush here and applying Ritual in the matte to the lower lash line. I'm just gonna basically stamp it as close as I can to that lower lash line and bring it in halfway. I'm basically like in the lashes. Now that I have that there, it's a very harsh line. You don't want to leave it like that. So I'm going to take our transition color, Soothe, on a small pencil brush, and I'm just going to rub this back and forth until it is nice and blended. And don't be afraid to really pull this down if you want, or you can leave it here, but you can really blend this out and smoke it out if you would like. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Story as well and really just smoke this out. So for the waterline, I'm just going to use a nude eye kohl pencil. This is Scandal Eyes by Rimmel in the shade Nude. If you want, you can do a black, you can do a brown, you can even pop a color in here like purple or blue to be fun. I'm just going to do nude to really open the eyes up and keep it nice and light. So you're just going to take this and apply this to that inner rim, your waterline. Okay, I'm going to hop to my brows next. Actually, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Brow Kit, and I'm going to use this center shade here and brush my brows up with the spoolie and then fill in the brows. Alrighty, now I'm going to go in with the metallic shade Aura, and I'm going to apply this to the very tip of the brow bone here to really highlight and lift the brows. And then I'm going to apply this to the inner corner as well, kind of bringing it just onto the lid a tiny bit. Really brightens and opens the eye up. This is the point where you can apply your mascara, curl your lashes, and apply some false lashes. I'm not going to do false lashes today just because I don't really feel like wearing false lashes. I don't really wear them anymore either, so I'm just gonna kind of stick with what I got and make them look good. We're almost done. For lips, I'm gonna go in with the NYX lip liner in Nutmeg. And when I mean I'm overlining, I'm like overlining a lot. When I do this, I always think of that reel that's like, no one's gonna know. Reel where they're like, no one will ever know, and they're like, they're gonna know, and it's like, no one will ever know, but everyone knows. All right, from here then I'm just going to attach it to my regular lip line. This gives it a very baby doll look, and I'm gonna fill in the whole upper lip. For my lip color, I'm gonna mix two. I'm gonna first use a ColourPop Magic Wand. This is a liquid lip, and I'm going to apply this all over first. Now I'm just gonna set the face with some setting spray. All right, I'm gonna go do my hair really quick and I will be back for the end. All right, you guys, that is it for the look today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you actually wear this look for your own date night or whatever the occasion may be. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell next to the subscribe button so you can be notified every single time I upload. Please comment down below what other looks you want to see from me or other things that you want me to talk about. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave a little clip of what I wore for Valentine's Day from my Instagram stories. That's the outfit I wore with this look, with this same hair and everything. That was what I wore last night. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a beautiful day. Bye!
Yeah.
Let's hope, because I'm not doing it anymore.
Don't delete it.
You're so funny.
Oh.
Don't delete it.